The project that we are made is peristaltic pump. That function are a series of muscle contraction that move food to different parts along the digestive system. In other words, peristaltic pump compress the tube or hose as they rotate, creating a vacuum which draws fluid through the tube. In this video, the content consists of safety equipment and technique, manufacturing step process, problem faced and improvement, and lastly, recommendation.
Hi, this video is about fabrication of peristaltic pump. Before we begin fabricating our peristaltic pump, we need to prepare ourselves first. In workshop, we need to make sure we wear our PPE, such as safety jacket, safety shoes, glove and safety goggle.
Firstly, part 1 phase operation. Start with facing, which means surface removal technique on the workpiece. The workpiece was gripped in the spindle, follow rotation speed setting machine. The speed is 600 rpm. The facing dimension start from right side 21 mm. To prevent wrong dimension, we facing over than 21 mm. So, here we are. Now, the center bore is holding by drill bit holder hang on tailstock. Center bore process is made for center the mid of boring process.
The initial small drill bit was replaced with a 13 mm drill bit to enlarge the hole and prepare the workpiece for the boring process. Before the drilling process, a small amount of cutting lubricant was applied to the hole location to reduce friction between the drill bit and the workpiece. This helped prevent excessive heat generation, protect the workpiece and the drill bit, and ensure a smoother drilling process.
To save time of boring, we use 16 mm drill bit with cutting depth 13 mm. Continue the process. Tighten boring head first at that holder. Start boring until dimension is 15 mm and the depth is 9 mm.
Before the boring process, the boring tool had to be securely tight to prevent it from becoming loose or being thrown out during the operation. This was an important safety precaution and helped ensure accurate machining.
We will change the type of boring head for making sharpness each edge. In the process, we boring 45 mm diameter and 4 mm of the depth.
we use handsaw to cut off the workpiece into two parts, which is one is for the pump requirement and to cut off the excess of the workpiece that doesn't need it.
To facilitate the cutting process, a cut-off machine was used to cut the workpiece more quickly and efficiently. This method also helped to reduce the amount of human power required during the cutting operation. The cutting process may take a few time because the cutting blade was likely blunt due to frequent usage.
After cutting process of the workpiece is done, we are using milling machine to help to smooth out the cutting parts. This process also helps to ensure the finishing of the product is in a good quality. This process also repeatedly be done to help the dimension of height is correct.
The boring process was carried out to enlarge the hole that had been drilled using a 13 mm drill bit to a final diameter of 14 mm.
Enlarging the existing hole for bearing pipe. The dimension is 19 mm diameter and 6 mm depth.
After that, we proceed to the next process, which was drilling the hole beside the big one. The hole was drilled according to the measurement that had been determined beforehand. As usual, lubricant oil was applied during the drilling process to reduce friction and prevent excessive heat generation. After drilling, the remaining metal chips were cleaned and removed from the workpiece to ensure smooth drilling process and maintain the quality of the machine hole. second hole was drilled on the left side of the workpiece using the same dimension as the first hole to ensure consistency and accuracy. The hole for the pipe was drilled at the edge of the workpiece. The drilling process was initially performed in a vertical direction to create a guide hole, followed by angle drilling to prevent the drill bit from slipping and to achieve the required hole position accurately.
After the drilling process was done, we move on to tapping process, which to make threads inside the hole. We use size of 5mm to ensure that screw can enter smoothly.
Actually, we got a problem at bearing part, which means the bearing dimension is overdone and not suits. So we solving that by putting paper clip to tie the bearing at their place.
For the next part, we use scribble, vernier caliper and ruler to find dimension for the mild steel plate. Next, we cut the mild steel plate using handsaw, following the line that used as the reference for the dimension. After cutting process is done, we use grinding machine to grind the side of the metal plate. We also use the machine to make the curve for both sides of the metal plate. We measure the dimension by using vernier caliper to ensure that the dimension is correct. Next, we use center punch and hammer to put a mark on the metal plate so that a drilling process can be done smoothly. After a mark was placed on top of the workpiece by using center punch, we move on to drilling process. By using drill of size 5mm, we make 3 holes on the workpiece.
And lastly, we use taping 5mm to a dead workpiece. Here is the result when combine the part 1 and the part 2, and we go to the testing the Peristaltic pump, and this is succeed.